Hi, everyone, and welcome to Destination Douglasville Live. I'm Shahida Hill, your Douglas County Realtor, and I'm excited to go live for the first time ever on this channel. So I don't know if I'll get many people to join me, which is fine. I know this is a new thing, but I will share some things about the Douglas County real estate market, some updates, and if I have any questions, I'll be sure to address those. So a little bit about myself. I've been a licensed realtor since 2003. And I moved to Douglasville with my family, my husband and my children in 2006. So we really love the Douglas County area. We love living in Douglasville. And I hope that this channel kind of shares some of that with you guys. And I hope I'm able to collaborate with you, see you guys in the community, and answer some of the questions that you may have about living in Douglasville or moving to Douglasville. All right, so I want to share with you, I'm also a YouTuber or a real estate influencer that happens to live in Douglasville. My main channel is primarily focused on first-time home buyers. So if you are interested in buying a home for the first time, I invite you to go to my channel. It's just Shahida Hill, and you can put that in. It's, my name's at the bottom of this live stream, but that's my main channel. And I answer a lot of questions about the housing market and what you need to do to be a confident first-time home buyer. So let's start talking about the Douglas County real estate market is, it's really good. First of all, okay. So in the last 2 years, our property values have increased significantly. I will be doing a video because we haven't received our tax assessments yet, but be prepared that your tax assessment will be higher than previous years just because, our property values are up. So even if they don't change the tax digest or the millage rate, your property taxes are likely to be more come, this year. So just be mindful of that. But when your taxes come out, I will do a video. I already have a video about how to save on your Douglas County taxes. You should check that out. But I also will come with a video if you want to appeal your tax assessment and how that works in Douglas County. Thank you, anyone, for joining me tonight on this live stream. I appreciate it. If you have any questions about the Douglas County real estate market or Douglasville in general, please put it in the comments so I can go ahead and answer those for you. All right, so that's number one. Our average sales price for May, because when they're collecting data for average prices, it generally comes out once a month, so it's a little bit delayed. So our average sales price for May was $348,575, and that was up a little bit over April numbers, which were $344,000, the average sales price. We've had 218 new listings come on the market, and our average days on the market is 21. So properties are staying on average on the market for 21 days, about 3 weeks, which is up from April. April was 14 days on the market. So the market is shifting. Interest rates are going up. They were 5.5% just last week. And now today, the average interest rate is 6.28%. So you want to be mindful, especially if you're buying in the Douglas County market, you want to be mindful of affordability with the new interest rates. And if you're a seller in the Douglas County market, you also want to be mindful of there'll be less people that may be able to afford your property at these higher rates. So you have to adjust accordingly. Now, there are still, again, people are still getting multiple offers on their homes, but they're not getting as many as, of course, as they got in 2021 when the market was red hot. The Fed is going to increase interest rates 2 times, more than likely. So one is going to be tomorrow, actually, and then the next one is going to be in July. So you're looking at, interest rates continuing to increase. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I think I have 4 people on the live stream, which is exciting. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments so I can answer them about Douglas County, Douglasville, or just real estate in general. I can answer those questions. All right, so that's the state of our market right now. It is really strong. A lot of people are looking to move to Douglasville, and we're one of the few still affordable counties in Metro Atlanta. Atlanta Business Chronicle has highlighted Douglas County as still an affordable county in the Metro Atlanta area. And I know a lot of people say, well, it's not affordable anymore because of the price increases. But in comparison to a lot of other counties in the area, we are still really affordable. So that's a good thing. Also, and I've lived a lot of places around Metro Atlanta. I've lived in Marietta. I've lived in Dallas in Paulding County. I've lived in Hiram in Paulding County. And I've lived in Fairburn. And I've also lived, I wrote everything down, in Smyrna. So Marietta, Smyrna, which is in Cobb, Dallas and Hiram, which is in Paulding, and Fairburn, which is in Fulton County. So I've lived everywhere, and we settled on Douglasville for a variety of reasons. But my husband, he works in Buckhead, and when we lived in Hiram, that commute was too much because there wasn't any highway. So you had to go all the way down Thornton Road in order to get on I-20. So that really didn't work for him. And I also was a teacher. I've taught at Hillgrove High School in Cobb County. I've taught at South Paulding High School in Paulding County. And that's Paulding County, but it's also Douglasville. So Douglasville is in both Paulding County and Douglas County. And I taught at McNair High School in DeKalb County. So, we both are teachers. I still consider myself a teacher. So that's why I have a lot of school videos on here as well. And my children do some of the videos with me. So I'm excited again about this new channel. Again, for the people don't be shy. If you have any questions, please ask me. It could be about anything. It could be about real estate. It could be about Douglasville, the Douglas County, just anything that you want to share. I'll talk about some other things going on. I have a lot of videos on the events that go on in Douglas County. So today was the farmers market downtown. So if you didn't get an opportunity to see the farmers market, please make it's during the day, but it actually extends, I believe, to the later evening. I have a video on it, but the Douglas County Farmers Market is a place that you might want to check out. And we also, I just learned this today, we have a community garden that does classes on every month, different things you could plant and how to make your garden successful. That's something I definitely want to look into in Douglas County because I would love to grow something in my yard. So check out that. Food Truck Mondays, every Monday, downtown Douglasville. You should check that out. You don't have to cook, which is great. So Food Truck Mondays, that's something that's every Monday this summer. And then Tuesday is Farmers Market. That's every Tuesday. So there's something to do in Douglas County all the time, which is good. My children are in camps. The local high schools have camps, mostly sports camps. So they'll have like basketball camps and football camps and baseball camps for, for students younger than high school age. So that's a good thing if you don't have your children in any camps. And then my daughter goes on and off to gymnastics in Douglas County as well. So if you're interested in anything, there's always something to do to keep your children busy. My son is going to come out with a video on libraries. So they do the summer reading program every year. And I highly recommend it. Of course, as a former teacher, don't have your children just like playing all summer. Make sure they're reading. We have 3 libraries. All of them have a summer reading program. They give the children prizes if they read a certain amount of books in various areas. They have information. They keep track of how many children sign up for the program. They have also different activities at the library. So you want to really get engaged this summer with your children. And if you're looking for other activities, the bowling alley, they have activities. They have free bowling. Kids bowl for free. You want to check that out. There's just so many things to keep your children active this summer. We're actually in a lot of baseball tournaments, so we do a lot of practice and tournaments. So that keeps us pretty busy in Douglasville. All right, so since I don't have any questions yet, but people are on the live stream, let's talk about some of the neighborhoods that I will probably be highlighting this month. if you're not familiar with Tributary is on Riverside Parkway. And so I'll be doing a driving tour of Tributary. I love Tributary. If I didn't live where I live, I'd probably live in Tributary, because when I first moved to Douglasville, I think they were probably too expensive for me at the time, but they're beautiful homes. They're so unique. I love that they have, like, porches, and the community is so involved. So I'll be doing a driving tour of Tributary pretty soon. And there's a lot going on Riverside right now. There are 3 huge apartment complexes coming to Riverside Drive. And with one of the apartment complexes, they are going to have some business underneath. So hopefully they'll have some good businesses that come into that area. One active construction, one of the apartment complexes is actually complete. So that's really good. They're expensive, well, relatively speaking, I guess, because I'm not used to apartment living. I did a tour of one of those. They're lovely apartments, but they're probably about between $1,400 and $1,500 for a 1-bedroom off of Riverside. So if you're looking for apartments in that area, I definitely would recommend that you tour. They may have some specials going on right now, but those are exciting things coming to Riverside. Somebody asked me, please watch my video about everything that's coming to Douglas County. I did 5 places. If there's any place in Douglas County that you're wondering what are they building there, comment on that video so I can put that in my next video, so to keep you informed about what's coming to Douglas County. And I have my little talking points here. So I've talked about some of the activities you can do. I've talked about some summer camp options. The City of Douglasville and Douglas County Parks and Rec, they're separate. So they have separate summer camp options. So if you're looking for camp availability at either one of them, you want to go to Douglas County Parks and Rec, and then find out what they have there. And then you want to go to City of Douglasville Parks and Recreation and see what they have there. Between both of those parks and rec, you should find a lot of activities for you to participate in all summer long. All right. And my family loves to go to Sweetwater. Go to Sweetwater for the day. If you work during the day, you can't go during the day. Definitely go on the weekends. They have canoes and paddle boats, and you can just hike. It's just a beautiful. It's beautiful that we have that in our backyard. It's the most visited national park in Georgia, I'm pretty sure. So if you live in Douglasville and you haven't checked that out, please do so. What else am I checking out lately in Douglasville? I went to Buff City Soap off Chapel Hill. If you're looking for a new business to support, I went to Buff City Soap. They have bath bombs and shower bombs and all this kind of soap. It's like really, really pretty in there. So I would definitely check that out. Somebody help me out with a question. But those are all of the things that are happening in Douglasville. I will have a new listing coming up in Mirror Lake, which is it's a beautiful home. It has a screened-in porch. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. A beautiful home, beautiful yard in a cul-de-sac. So if anybody's looking, it will be listed in the 400,000 range. If anybody's looking to move to Billerica in Mirror Lake, and that's a beautiful subdivision, you can contact me about that subdivision soon, because that listing should be live by this weekend, actually. So, and I'll have a video on this site about that new listing. All right, so thank you so much. This might be, somebody has a question for me. I appreciate it. TK58, let me put that on the screen. It says, are you seeing increases in new home construction? If so, how is this justified considering the rate increase? I haven't seen a lot of, around Douglasville right now, most builders are building per contract. They're not building a lot of spec homes. So a spec home is, they just go ahead and start building it and then they sell it. So you're not able to like choose like your lot or, choose some of your upgrades, that sort of thing. They're not, in this economy and in this with supply chain issues, they're not building to spec they're not custom building as much as they used to. So they're really waiting for the home to be under contract, then they're starting to build it. And sometimes if they're building it, they may start to build it and then wait for a contract to come and then price it at that time. So around Douglasville right now, Tributary, D.R. Horton has come into the Tributary subdivision and bought up those remaining lots. So they have a phase that's coming in fall of this year. So expected toward the end of this year. And so they are building or planning to build out the rest of Tributary, and that's D.R. Horton. And then in other places, at Brookmont, they have a few more lots in Brookmont. And then we have townhomes coming in the back of Douglas County, in the back of Arbor Place Mall. Our Ashton Woods is building townhomes there, but they're taking a long time to build those as well. So I think a lot of builders, because of supply concerns, also with the interest rates, they are going to be building slower because they are anticipating the pushback or the pullback of buyers in this market. So I would look for incentives. Sometimes they'll allow you to use your closing costs. They'll offer you additional closing costs so you can buy down your rate, and they'll offer other incentives. So I would look out for builders. Again, they're not just building so quickly, they're building very slowly. But I would look for builders that are going to be offering incentives so more people can afford their homes. Thank you so much for that question. I hope that answered it as much as I could right now in this market. But those are the builders that I know that are actively building. They're also, Trayton Homes is building off of Fairburn Road. If you haven't seen that video, I kind of go over those two places, the Trayton Homes area and the Ashton Woods townhomes by Arbor Place Mall. Let me get this question in. I don't know why it's not letting me show it. All right, it's not letting me show it. I got it. Foothills, thank you so much. Or Foot Fetish Nails. So I guess a nail business owner. I am interested in moving to the area. Do you have any suggestions on where to live or areas where there are work opportunities? So what's good about Douglas County right now is most places are hiring. It depends on what field that you're in. As far as what opportunities you have. I think you asked this question in a video of mine, and I gave you to go to the Douglas County Chamber of Commerce, because the Douglas County Chamber of Commerce lists job opportunities at all of the chamber businesses. So you'll find a lot of job opportunities there. Also, the City of Douglasville lists their job opportunities, and the county of Douglas County lists their job opportunities there as well. So you want to look at those, but pretty much, especially in the service area, almost everybody is hiring. So you shouldn't have, it really depends again on your field, but even in education, Douglas County school system is looking for teachers and bus drivers and cafeteria workers. So, there's plenty of opportunity for jobs, but I would do one, first go to Indeed. Like Indeed has a lot of job listings, and put in Douglas County. Then I would go to the Douglas County Chamber of Commerce if you're not, able to go actually out to the jobs. But those are the places I would start first. But we're pretty fortunate. Our unemployment rate in the city is very low. So you can definitely find employment in Douglasville or in the surrounding area. But again, it depends on what field you're in as to how much opportunity is available. But I promise you, I'm out in Douglas County all day for the most part, and everybody is hiring. So thank you so much for that question, and I hope you move soon to Douglas County. All right, thank you for those questions. If you have any other questions, go ahead and put those in the comments as well. I'll answer those. And what else do I want to talk about today? Because I said I was going to stay on for 30 minutes. So hopefully I'll get some more questions. So I've talked about camps. I've talked about activities that you can do. I've talked about the current real estate market. I've talked about my new listing. And what else do I want to talk about? All right. So another thing that is coming to the City of Douglasville is softball. So there hasn't been any softball teams in the city of Douglasville. Douglas County has softball teams, and they're at Fairplay, Villa Rica, and Lithius, or a girl that would like to play softball. For the first time, the city of Douglasville is going to have a girls softball team. So registration is June 20th, and they'll have it at every age. It starts from 5 years old to 12, I believe. So registration is June the 20th. Practice starts August 15th. And then games start in September. So if you have a child that is interested in softball, the city of Douglasville is going to have softball for the first time. So I'm really excited about that because my daughter was playing in Lithia Springs, but this is a little bit closer for us. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Hi, Adrian. Adrian Huggins, thank you for joining me today. Hello, I hear the crime rate went up, and is it more like petty crime? Okay, so I think Douglasville in general gets a very bad rap on crime because, again, I've lived here since 2006. I've experienced no crime. I've been fortunate. I'm not saying that other people haven't, but I haven't, and I don't know anybody that's in my circle that has. However, I think with the growth, so one thing that a lot of people need to realize is that Douglasville has grown dramatically over like the last few years. Okay, so the last 10 years, they've grown dramatically. So more people are in the city, and I don't think a lot of the police force, the sheriff force, have not maybe reacted as quickly to the growth that they have in the city. So I think the majority of it is petty crime, but as a real estate agent, I advise you to go to Douglasville Police, and they have crime mapping. So you can put in any address. So you put in any address in the crime map and say, okay, where is this crime happening? What kind of crime is it? That sort of thing. But in general, I feel really safe in Douglasville. I feel safe with my children at the parks. I feel safe going different places. Of course, like I'm not out at 3:00 in the morning, like, doing things around the city. I'm pretty much out during regular hours, but, I go out at night. I go out during the day. My husband's in the community. My kids go to the park and that sort of thing. I don't feel like, I need to always watch my back in the city. So I think I would definitely advise you to go to, and you have to be mindful too, there's a City of Douglasville. So people are in the city limits of Douglasville. And then you have Douglasville, which is part of Douglas County, that's outside of the city limits. So when people are saying like Douglasville, where's this crime? It may not be in Douglasville. It may be in unincorporated Douglasville, not in the city of Douglasville. And also we are off of a major interstate. So, we kind of start, and then we have Thornton Road, then Lee Road, then Fairburn Road, then Highway 5. So you're going to have, in comparison, say, to Paulding County, people have more opportunities right off those exits because, they can get away quickly versus going out to Paulding County and doing something and having to go through all of those streets. So I think that this is my perception of it, that just with the growth, the police and sheriff's office haven't reacted to it as quickly as it's growing, but I believe very strongly that they are addressing it. So, and they also have community meetings. So once a month, Douglasville City Police do community meetings. I'm not sure how often the sheriff's office does community meetings, but I know that I'm looking at my calendar now. I will be attending the one in June for the Douglas Police Department. So if you're interested in like finding out from the horse's mouth, I advise you to if you're already kind of close to the city, to go to some of those community meetings and then do the crime mapping for Douglasville. If you're interested in a particular neighborhood or if you're interested in a particular area, and I think you'll be surprised to see like there's really not much going on in most neighborhoods, at least. Okay. Thank you so much for that question. I appreciate it. All righty. So I'm making it to 25 minutes. Okay. So again, if anybody on this live stream has extra questions, please ask, because otherwise I'm just going to chatter for the next 5 minutes. What else do I want to say? Now, I would say my property value we moved to the house we're in now in probably about 6 years ago when my son started kindergarten. Like the reason why we moved to Douglasville out of Hiram, and when I say I've lived here since, thank you so much. When I said I've lived here since 2006, at one point we did move from Douglasville to Hiram for jobs. I was working at South Paulding High School, and before my children were young, but before he started kindergarten, we wanted to make sure that we were we weren't going to move again. So my husband was like, well, I really want to go back to Douglasville. So because of the commute and everything else, we have been living here for that time. So I had a point to all of that. I forgot. But we've lived here since my son started kindergarten in the home we're in now. And I feel like it's almost doubled in value. So it's definitely been a great investment for us. We love our neighborhood. We love our neighbors. We're not, we know all of our neighbors. So it's just a good, friendly community. And I've had people move here since I've done, been doing real estate from my larger channel, getting referrals, and they enjoy it as well. So I'm really excited. Opening my Destination Douglasville channel again, because I took a break. For those of you that are just joining me, I also have this channel, and we're at about 110,000 subscribers. So if you're buying your first house, please visit my other channel. It's just Shahida Hill. It has a lot of videos about the real estate market and buying your first house. So please check that out. But so when that other channel started taking off and I got really busy, I stopped my Destination Douglasville channel. And I kind of regretted that, but I had to focus. So you'll see a lot of old videos. Then you'll see like a 2-year gap, like during the pandemic. And then now I just came back to this channel in April, and I'm happy to come back to this channel and give some local videos for Douglasville. I think I had another question. Let me look at that. Thank you, Javon. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, please ask. I'm pretty Douglas County knowledgeable. So if you have any questions, I think I had another question. Do you expect housing prices to decrease or remain flat over the next 2 years? Now, I don't know about 2 years. Like 2 years is probably going too far. But let me say in the next, my latest video on my main channel basically told people there's no rush. And that's if you're in the market right now, you might be in a situation like me, I needed to be in a house before school started. Then go ahead and buy your house. Over the long term, you'll be fine as long as you can afford that house. My recommendation is between 25 to 35% of your take-home pay. So if your mortgage, and that's everything, principal, interest, taxes, insurance, HOA, everything, between 25 and 35% of your take-home pay. If you're able to do that, that's one thing you want to look at. The second thing is, are you going to live in that house for 5 to 7 years? 5 on the less conservative side, minimum 7 on the more conservative side. I want you to say that you're willing to be living in this house long term, so 5 to 7 years. And you also already have an emergency fund. So if you put down your down payment, paid your closing costs, and you have no money yet left, I wouldn't buy a house. So my take on the market, because the market right now is very volatile. Like I said, last week, interest rates were at 5.5%. They just went up to 6.28% within like a week's time. So interest rates are drastically going up, and they're going up very quicker than probably we've seen in probably my lifetime, my adult lifetime. Interest rates are going up fast. So right now it's very volatile. However, if you're already under contract and you've locked in your rate and you're buying a house, then go ahead and proceed as long as those 3 things you're fine with. You're going to live in the house 5 to 7 years. You're going to 3 to 6 months of expenses, and the mortgage is in your budget, because I also realized that rent is very expensive as well. So one of the things that for our family, we were trying to stabilize our expenses. We still had kids in daycare and all of those kind of things. So it was very important for us to stabilize our expenses. So I think prices will have to come down if people want to sell their house at 6.5% interest rates. That's my take on it. But until inventory goes up, because a lot of people don't have to sell their house. A lot of people are sitting with less than 90% of mortgages have a mortgage of less than 5%. So a lot of people, they're selling now because of a need to sell. They're getting divorced, they're moving, they're aging out of their house where they can't live by themselves anymore. People aren't just selling, oh, I just want to sell my house and move to a more expensive house with a higher interest rate. A lot of people aren't making that decision. So I think inventory is going to stop us from having this crash of the dramatic drops in prices. But I think for some people, in order to get their house sold, because less people can afford your house, the price would have to come down some. So, but I don't know about the next 2 years, but I would say in the fall, if people haven't sold their house this summer, they're going to have to decrease that price in order to get more eyes on their house. So that's my answer to that question. Thank you, TK. I appreciate it. The community meeting info is on the City of Douglasville's calendar. So the City of Douglasville has a calendar that they come out with. It's on there. So just go to Google City of Douglasville. And on their event calendar, they'll have their community meetings, including the police community meetings and all of the events that they have. The City of Douglasville has a lot of events. So if you check out that, they'll have all of that. All right, I got to my 30 minutes. I'm excited. And I hope to do this again soon. Please, if you like this content, please, or if you like these lives, please like this video, just hit the like button, and please subscribe to my channel so I'll come more often. Let me answer the remaining questions because I'm really happy that you joined me today. What's the average asking price for townhomes and condos and single family homes? All right, so we don't have a lot of condos and we don't have a lot of townhomes in Douglas County. But the few that we do have, you probably can still find one in the mid to higher twos. And then for single family, our average price is $348,000 in Douglasville right now. But yeah, we don't have a lot of condos. We don't have a lot of townhomes in general. But I do have one neighborhood that's a townhome that I did one driving tour so far. You can check out that. But they're in the mid to 250 to 275 range for the most part. Answer one. Okay, let me get rid of that. Answer this. Do you think we can use first-time home buyer down payment assistance in this market? Maybe in the fall. Like I said, if a lot of people back out of the market at this 6.25% interest rate, then buyers will. The reason why you couldn't use down payment assistance in the hot part of the market is people had too many offers, and a down payment assistance offer wasn't very attractive. Okay, because usually they take longer, you're less financially stable, you're more of a risk to a buyer. So if a seller. So if a seller has 10 offers, there was no need for them to consider a down payment assistance offer. So, but when sellers are not getting as many offers, maybe instead of getting 10 offers like they did, 10, 15 offers like they got last summer, in the fall, they may get 1 or 2 offers. So they'll be more likely to at least entertain an offer with down payment assistance. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I think I answered everything. But thank you so much. Please like and subscribe to my channel. When I'm going to have a new live stream, I will definitely post it to the channel. It'll probably be on, Tuesdays at 6 o'clock, more than likely. Thank you so much for joining me. Good night.